Welcome to Sperling Gymnasium for USN Basketball Homecoming. My name is Reed Murray, joined by Dr. Fitz, ready for some exciting Tigers versus Wildcats basketball action. And in just a second, we're going to be...
USN Basketball. This game is being played according to the rules of the team NCAA. These rules provide for fair competition among players, spectators, and help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Everyone is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this game in a high level of sportsmanship. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Wildcats of Battleground Academy. Sophomore, number 11. Junior, number 14, Lindsay Sullivan. Junior, number 30, Maria Gillespie. Junior, number 44, Brianna Gillespie. Senior, number 13, Lacey Simpsonfeller. The head coach of BGA is Miles Frank. And now for your USN Tigers!
So welcome to homecoming here at Sperling Gymnasium. USN Tigers taking on the BGA Wildcats. Last time these two teams faced one another, it was a BGA 59-37 win. USN hoping to get their first district win tonight against the familiar foe. Two teams played on January 15th at BGA. And already a foul called. And it looks like BGA will be headed to the free throw line after picking up those 2 points. Good to see the pep band out here, Dr. Fitz. what's it like having homecoming back at USN after a year where festivities like this didn't exist?
Been a tough year, as we all know. Great to have the pep band back. They always add a ton of atmosphere to our games, and I'm sure they're going to bring their best effort tonight, as will both teams.
Good 2 points there from the Tigers, and the Wildcats bring it out to the backcourt. About a 3-pointer. Here comes a 3-pointer, and it's no good from the play. Put back up and scored by the ladder on 4-2. Pass intercepted at Summerall in the bucket, and a travel is called. He's trying to find Semperfeld to put away a quick 2. Travel is called, and now Pendergrass will inbound for the Tigers.
Tigers have had a little trouble against the press this year. Let's see how they do early on tonight.
And one of the issues the team faced in their first matchup was a lack of ability to connect on sort of longer cross-court passes. I think if they can keep it simple tonight and just knock down some easy shots, make the simple plays, they can have a good game here against Wildcats. And a 3-pointer, sometimes going the simple route doesn't work, and right there, Pendergrass with a difficult shot, knocked it down perfectly, and they put the Tigers ahead. Septifelter for her own 3, and it's no good. Rebounded by Kate Bond. Bond now goes back to Pendergrass.
It's a good start for USN, Reed. Tigers have mainly struggled in combating runs. They've let teams get off to huge starts in some games. They got to prevent that tonight.
Yeah, so far doing a good job there. And, what this is sort of making me think of is the Columbia Academy game where USN had a great first quarter, eventually let the Bulldogs run away with the game. If USN can stay strong, so far in these first 2 minutes of play, they've had some good effort. If they can keep that up, this could be a good result for them. And there's no better team to try to get your first district win against than BGA. USN sitting at number 8 in the district standings, BGA at number 7, so this is one of the more winnable games the Tigers are going to have. We have the pep band, we also have the cheerleaders trying to make a lot of noise for the Tigers. You see team spirit up here in Sperling Gymnasium. And Olivia O'Hara almost paid the price for that pass. It was blocked by 2 Wildcat defenders, but it went out of bounds. Now Pendergrass one bounded again. Pendergrass looking for an open player. It looks like Pendergrass must have stepped over the line or taken a 5-second violation. Gracie Semperfelter will inbound for BGA. Back to Semperfelter for 3. It's no good. Fighting for the rebound was O'Hara. Doesn't come up with it, and now Margaret McKay has it. It's back to O'Hara. Finds Payne. Payne now trying to make a play on her own. Over to Pendergrass. Pendergrass now. Looking for one of those longer passes to Vaughn, and there it is. Intercepted by BGA. Cross court. Fake the 3, now she drives in, shot goes up, and foul is called. Two free throws here for the Wildcats. So Josie Whelan is getting ready to check into the game for USN.
That's the second foul on Cat. That's a tough loss. They'll have to sit for a little while, I'm sure.
Free throws are good there for the Wildcats. Saw a 3-point lead for BGA. Cross court pass to Vaughn. And back to O'Hara. Cross court to McKay. McKay, quick shot up. No good, but looks like she was fouled. McKay to shoot 2 for USN. First one is good. Scary start there for Margaret McKay. Here comes Sumter-Felter. Quick 2 points there. That's Summerall extending the lead for the Wildcats. McKay, Wheeler from the free throw line. And it's good. One of the longer 2-point shots you'll see. She knocked that one down. Here's Summerall. 3-point shot here from Gillespie. No good over the backboard. Payne fighting for the ball there. Jump ball given to USN. Gracie Sumter-Felter really fought for that one. Kate Vaughn will inbound it here. Finds Payne. Payne with the kill in, who puts a shot up. No good. Gets her own rebound, or at least it looked like it. And it comes down with Summerall. Fast break here, and Sumter-Felter misses the quick two. Gets her own rebound there. Kicks it out. Here comes a long 2-pointer from on the play. And that will go the way of the team in white. Inbound to Vaughn. I got the Payne. Foul called. You can kind of tell after the first meeting, BGA has kind of concluded that Payne is the most skilled player on this USN team, and they seem to be defending her a little harder than most of the other players. Probably explain why she's had not quite the start that she expected. She'll have the ball again. She'll have some time to set up with Gillespie defending her.
Yeah, if memory serves, Reed, Leah had the first several points of that BGA game. They really tried to shut her down. Other girls are going to need to step up and have done a good job so far tonight.
Yeah, missed 3-pointer there, but that 3-pointer from Pendergrass, long 2 from Wheelan. So far, the other depth players on this Tiger team have been doing their job. It's always a good thing if you can take some weight off the shoulders of one of your experienced players like Payne. Ellen McClay comes out of the game replaced by A.G. Lambert. Gets up a screen from Lambert, 3-pointer, and it's good. Nearly a terrific block for Leah Payne. Called for the foul, though. Just timed it wrong, unfortunately. Here's Maria Gillespie for 2 free throws. First one is so good. Second one will fall. So 5-point deficit. The Tigers have to call out of now. Some passing in the backcourt. Wheelan just passes it out of the reach of McKay. BGA will take over now. Sumter-Felter really getting the majority of the ball for the Wildcats so far. Here comes a 3-pointer from Gillespie, and it's good. And these are the runs you were talking about, Dr. Giving themselves a little bit of momentum here. Tigers have to set that down soon.
Just got to defend the 3-point shot a little better. That's where they're seeming to try to score. If we push out there, I don't think they're going to have too much of an answer for it, but we got to push out there.
There's Kate Vaughn to inbound. There's the wheel. A real scrap for the ball there on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball that will go the way of USN. And maybe I'm just forgetting, but didn't USN get the last jump ball?
No, there was another one in between. They had a jump ball a minute ago.
My apologies there. Inbound goes to Wheelan. Wheelan goes back out the ball. Ball across the paint. student section for USN really starting to fill up here in the first quarter of this girls' game. Hopefully, students will continue to trickle in and support their classmates. Pass to Hess. Olivia Hess can't get the shot up, but she will draw a foul and head to the free throw line. I don't know how well you can see on the screen, but I think BGA is one of the better dressed coaches in this district. I love this sort of outfit, the nice sweater vest outfit he's got going on. It's a good look for him. First free throw is no good. She'll get another try here. Second one no good as well. Those are the kind of opportunities when you want to limit, a scoreless run for USN. Those are the kind of opportunities you got to capitalize on. Foul called there on Hess. It'll be an inbound for BGA. Here's somewhere else to inbound. Inbound goes to McClay. Over to Gillespie. Sumter Felton now looking to drive. Kicks it back out. Here comes the three-pointer. That one's just barely missed by Abby McClay. And she tried to throw it off the leg of Josie Mill to get it go out of bounds. Didn't quite bounce that way, and BJ retains possession. Three-pointer. That one is good again. Gillespie has just been knocking them down so far this afternoon. Lights out from the three-point line so far in this game. Goes out of bounds. It goes off the leg of Sumter Felton. So it will stay with USN. On to inbound now, and Pendergrass. It's ready to check into the game. They'll have to wait though. The ball is inbounded. The fourth substitution could be made. It's a mishandling ball, but Sigmund comes away with it. Ball will stay with USN.
Interesting development here. Cats checking back in with 2 fouls. Coach Jules really seeing a need to stop the bleeding, making almost a little bit of a desperation move. We'll see if it pays off.
You never want to get one of your bigger, better players in foul trouble early, but so far it looks like the Tigers need Pendergrass. Makes a good pass there to Payne, but unfortunately a little bit of mishandling. And now the Wildcats are coming to the backcourt with a numbers advantage here. Sumter Felton driving to the lane and just misses. Rebound there from Charlotte Sigmund. Minute 10 left in the first quarter. Sigmund looking to slow it down here on offense. Over to Vaughn. Vaughn looking for a passing option. She'll have to dribble around. 2 defenders on her. Payne's wide open. Finds Pendergrass, who gives it to Payne, and Payne gives it to the hoop. Long pass there to Gillespie. Sent to Felton. Looking out to McClay. Here's Abby McClay for 3, and it is good! It's rare in high school basketball you see a team knocking down three-pointers as efficiently as the Wildcats have been so far in this game. But you got to respect it. They have been hard to defend from beyond the arc. And that's probably going to pose an unexpected challenge for the Tigers. Pendergrass now looking for Payne. Payne trying to free of her own, and she just misses. Seconds ticking up the clock here in the first quarter. 2-pointer here, and that one is good for Sumter Felton. Off a growing lead as there are 3 seconds left here in the quarter. Payne got to get a shot off quickly. Pulls up the desperation heave, and it's no good. Dr. Fitz, what did you see in that first quarter?
Well, they just gave up way too many points. I think they made 6 3-pointers in the first quarter, at least 5. They're setting up their threes off of a dribble penetration, and they haven't shown that they can convert the layups if they're at all contested. So I would force them to make the one-on-one layup, provide a little bit less help defense, stay out on the perimeter, contest those 3-pointers. All those many 3-pointers that they made in the first quarter were uncontested. So if we contest those threes and make them convert those layups, then that's going to be a massive improvement. On the offensive end, we found a little bit of footing later in the first quarter. Kat Pendergrass, when she checked back in, instant improvement to the offense. Kat, a great passer from the low post. found Leah Payne there for the layup. But the main adjustment that we need is on defense. If we can just prevent them from shooting these wide open threes, we're going to get back in this basketball game.
And 14 points is not an easy hole to climb out of, especially in the first quarter. What do you think the Tigers need to do to get themselves in the right mindset to come back into this game?
We had 9 points in the first 2-3 minutes of the game. And how did we do it? Contributions from everyone, moving the ball, and the open person taking a shot, knocking it down. Kate Vaughn had the first bucket. Nice shot from Josie Whelan, nice shot from Kat. And Leah's going to get her points too. So we really need everybody to be looking to score and being aggressive on offense.
Good analysis there, Dr. Fitz. And we're back here for the second quarter of USN versus BGA girls varsity basketball. Gillespie now looking for a shot, pulls up for a quick two, and no good, rebounded by Sigmund. Sigmund over to Payne. Payne looking for Pendergrass. Pass is just too low, and it's taken by Summerall. He now kicks it up to Centerfelter. A bit of a juke move, kicks it over to McClay. Sigmund looking to defend that three-point opportunity. Semi-open Centerfelter thought about a three. Now here's Abby McClay, no good. Sigmund, great rebound. She's been great in the paint getting those defensive rebounds lately. And she's going to need to keep that up. If BJ starts missing these shots, getting those rebounds is going to be huge. Sigmund looking at Pendergrass. Pendergrass kicks out to Payne. Payne thought about a three. Here comes a long two from Vaughn. Shot no good. And the rebound is taken by Summerall. Three-pointer from Gillespie. That one just rattled around the rim. Looked like it was going to swish. Another three-pointer, and that one. What a shot there. BJ really started to pull away. Pendergrass, no good. Rebound fought for, and BJ comes up with it. Looking at his fast break points. Pass goes over the head of Gillespie. Tiger inbound. Here comes Ella McClay checking into the game for his sister Abby McClay. Down goes to Pendergrass. That's stolen. Pendergrass picks it back up. Jump ball will go USN's way. Gallimore coming into the game now, taking the place of Summerall. Payne gets a two-point shot up, and she gets a first points for USN in a while. Down low, almost out of bounds, and a travel is called there on Ella McClay.
See, BGA has not been very effective in the half-court offense except for shooting threes. If you make him get it down low, I haven't seen him do anything yet that scares me.
Yeah, BGA doesn't really out-muscle or oversize USN in the paint, so if USN can force them to play down low, you can see the way Sigmund's getting those defensive rebounds, Tigers could have some success there on defense, fighting for the ball, and Gillespie comes away with it too easily. She's got an advantage in numbers. Shot is up.
A lot of hands on hips right now, Reed. People, both sides looking a little tired. Fast-paced game.
It's no good. Sigmund fights for that rebound. Charlotte Sigmund. What a fighter she is, always giving 100% effort for those loose balls. Terrific work there from the junior. And just slightly off the mark, that pass from Pendergrass. Miscommunication between Pendergrass and Sigmund. And a couple subs come in for the Wildcats. Summerall back in the game, carrying the ball, goes over to Centerfelter. three-pointer here from Semtefelter just rattles out. Rebounded there by McClay. It's L McClay. Foul called. Wildcats are in the bonus. Just about to come back into the game for USN. Third foul of the game for Pendergrass. So you gotta think, if Pendergrass go to the bench, Jules does not want to get one of the leaders on this team in too big of foul trouble. So the Tigers will just have to rely on their other players for the rest of this half and presumably a good part of the third quarter. Rebounded by Vaughn there. Getting the signal. Hare called for the pass there from Payne. She went to Sigmund instead. Back to Payne. Need Payne now, double team. Foul called.
We're kind of a 2-1-2 look, and we're trying to feed the high post. That's not the right person to feed. We want to be attacking the baseline. Those are the soft spots against the 2-1-2.
Hare now looks over to Payne with two defenders on her. Yeah, it's hard to make any sort of play on offense happen when you're relying on your guard to make incisive passes and the guard has two defenders on her. So USN's got to try to work around that. Three-pointer here, and that one is good. BGA is just unstoppable for that kind of range. And, BGA is sitting near the bottom of the girls' district standings, but if they can hit three-pointers like this can be a consistent thing for them. They can be a real upset team in the upcoming district tournament. It's always hard to defeat a team who can knock down three-pointers. So, not saying they can necessarily beat the teams like Webb and Middle Tennessee Christian, but they can definitely give them a run for their money if they're always shooting like this.
You know the old adage, Reed, you live by the three, you die by the three. Sometimes you die, but sometimes you live. You can knock off one of those superior opponents.
And so far tonight, the Wildcats are thriving. Free throw, no good. Rebounded by Payne, driving to the lane, and it just doesn't get it to go. Just an unlucky bounce there for Leah Payne. And another unlucky bounce. She almost gets a terrific steal. And it did go out on the BGA player, so her efforts not in vain. Tigers will get the inbound here. Right in front of a student section that continues to fill up. Payne now looking to create a play. Okay, back out to O'Hara. O'Hara blocked. Out of bounds, will stay with USN. Takes that inbound. Looking to hoop and just goes over. So BJ now looking at the fast break. Just right up there. Gallimore gets the 2 points to go. So far, Grace is Semtefelter just has this USN defense on strings. And she continues to prove what kind of a quality player she is. Vaughn now getting the shot up, no good, rebounded by Gillespie. So 2 minutes and 40 seconds left here in this half. 2-pointer no good. Now beyond the 3-point line where BJ is most dangerous. Now they look to cut in to make a play in the paint. Sigmund fought for that ball, and it will be a jump ball. We'll go the way of BGA, but nice way to avoid getting a foul called there by Charlotte Sigmund. Olivia Hess comes back in for Kate Vaughn. Inbound goes to O'Hara. Pass it around the arc here. Testing the BJ defense. And it goes out of bounds there on Ella McClay. Pass goes into the back court, and USN will touch it up, get the backcourt violation, and it's Wildcat ball. Margaret McKay going to come back into the game. Oh no, sorry, it's Tessa Chomsky about to come back in. Sigmund with rebound. Mishandled there by McKay. It's out of bounds. BGA to inbound. Three-pointer just misses. Semtefelter really trying to pad the stats there. The travel is called in O'Hara. Ball will remain with the team in blue. Passing around the arc. Semtefelter for three. No good. Rebounded and scored. That's Summerell. Give her team 2 more points. Timeout called by Coach Jules. 1 minute and 5 seconds left in this half. Pretty steep hill to climb here for USN, don't you think?
Yeah, we got to make a lot of adjustments, and we got to start scoring. Like I said, at the end of the first quarter, we were at 9 points. About 3 minutes into the game, we got 4 points in the last, 12 minutes. So we definitely got to pick it up, and hopefully we can get it going with defense. I would switch to a man-to-man look immediately. We've been in zone the whole game. We're struggling contesting the three, which is a traditional weak spot against the zone, and we're struggling with rebounding assignments. We gave up an offensive rebound putback on that last one. People not sure who they're supposed to box out. In a man-to-man, that's an easier assignment, so that would be the change that I would make right now, try to get back in this game. Got to mix it up somehow.
Yeah, in the last 6 minutes and 55 seconds, USN scored 2 points compared to a whole lot more from BGA. So, like you said, getting on the score sheet is going to be the biggest key, obviously. And that's easier said than done, but USN's got to figure something. You can't score 2 points in a span of 7 minutes.
Many times defense converts into offense. We got to work hard on defense, see if we can set it up from there.
Absolutely right about that. USN coming out of the timeout here, paying that on the court. And we'll see if USN changes up the look they give this BGA defense. Inbound goes to O'Hara. O'Hara defended by 2 Wildcat defenders. Safely to Sigmund, who goes back to Whelan. Whelan now nearly got it stolen from her, but it goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Tigers. Okay, passes it into Chomsky, but it's intercepted. That's Semtefelter with another steal. Looking to turn it into some offense. Charging foul there on Semtefelter. That one goes USN's way. So they get a chance to make up for that steal that they gave away. And we're seeing some of the band members pick up their instruments. Probably going to get a nice little halftime show here from the USN Pep Band. Here's a long shot from Tessa Chomsky. No good, but rebounded by Whelan, and that one is intercepted again. O'Hara picks it up though, gets a steal of her own. Sigmund driving, picks up a floater, it's no good. Under 20 seconds are on the clock. Nice little transition 2-point stage in BGA. 8 seconds left. You can hear the bench counting off the seconds that remain here in this half. 3-pointer from Sigmund, no good. Could you put another one up before the clock ends? Clock expires. Chomsky's shot is no good anyway. So 40-13 the score as we head into the half. Dr. Fitz, what are your takeaways?
Well, it's just what we said at the beginning. USN tends to give up runs. We were behind in this game 10-9 at one point. Since then, a 30-4 run. That is really hard to overcome that. It's just what we said. We didn't close out as well as we need to on the threes. And all the things that we said before.
We'll see you guys at the beginning of the second half. Welcome back to Sperling for the second half of USN versus BGA girls varsity basketball. Kate Bond about to inbound here for the Tigers. Fine Charlotte Sigmund. Sigmund to Payne. Payne driving. Quick shot up, and it's good. Those are the points we were looking for. USN hadn't scored for about 5+ minutes. Finally, Tigers back contributing to the tally on the scoreboard.
And you see they're in a man-to-man here. Love that. Let's see if it creates some opportunities for them.
It's almost like Coach Shields could hear you saying that. Now some space created, and shot is put away by Summerall. Ball there, picked up by BGA. Sent to Felter. Just too easy there. Page. Nice movement in the offensive half of the court. Shot it. And that's one of the flaws that the USN had in the earlier game with BJ's. We had opportunities like that right next to the basket where they just got unlucky, missed those shots. There it is again. Just right next to the hoop. Can't put it away. And those are the kind of points USN cannot afford to miss out on. Here's Summerall. Over to Semper Felter for another three-pointer, and it's no good. Rebounded and just missed once again. Gillespie fought for that ball, and it'll be a jump ball that will remain in the hands of the BGA Wildcats. Good defense there from McKay. She retains possession, goes over to Sigmund. Good steal there. Up USN. Creates some offensive opportunity. Here's Pendergrass over to Sigmund. Sigmund taking 2 steps, puts the shot up, no good. Rebounded on McKay. McKay looking to put one up. Looks like she wanted a foul. None was called, but it'll go out of bounds. And the Tigers will get the inbound. Long finds Payne. Payne out to Pendergrass. Pendergrass, long 2-pointer. No good. Gillespie now for 3, no good. And the cable will go out of bounds. So far, USN looking good on defense.
All the 3-point looks that BJ's had thus far in this half have been contested. That's all you can ask for.
Absolutely. BJ has not hit a 3-pointer in the early minutes of this first half. And that's what you want to see for the Tigers. Long 2-pointer from Pendergrass. They might as well have stepped back and taken a 3, but the 2 points are better than nothing for the Tigers. Still there, Sigmund looks like she was in pain as she dove for that ball. Her face might have hit either the ball or the ground. You can see her grimace once she hit the deck. She appears to be shaking it off. Hopefully she'll be just fine. That one didn't look like a pleasant fall, though. Pendergrass over to Sigmund. Hey, now finding McKay. McKay fouled on the shot. That was Galauder who committed that foul. So now Margaret McKay headed to the line for 2 free throws.
Reed, I was told earlier that we have to give a special shout out to one of Margaret's grandparents. We know they're watching at home and they're having a birthday today. We wish you a very happy birthday and thank you for tuning in.
We also have a comment on our YouTube live stream from Michael Kim saying, look at the student section. We see you, Michael, and we appreciate your support. Go Tigers. Second free throw here from McKay. That one is good as well. Vaughn blocked by Payne. Terrific job. Another block there from Pendergrass. USN really shaping up on defense. Looked like a foul could have been called there on Vaughn. A little bit of aggressive play. Ball will remain with BGA, and Vaughn was called on that foul. That's a foul you can deal with, though. You know, that was a foul. It showed some real effort, some real aggression that USN needs to have on defense. Here's McClay for three. Good once again. Shot after shot. They just keep coming in for the Wildcats. Cross court to Vaughn. Over to Pendergrass. Pendergrass thinking about a three. Just missed. Payne with a good rebound, but throws it right into the hands of Gillespie in an attempt to keep the ball inbounds. That shot, no good. Rebounded by Sigmund. This is some good defense the Tigers are playing. It really is a shame that it couldn't have happened in the second quarter, because so far, if the Tigers have been playing like this for the entire first half, you could be looking at a much different scoreline. But it must have been an inspirational team talk that Coach Jules gave at the half, because her team is coming out firing here. Haven't knocked down all the offensive opportunities, but good from the free throw line. You know, good defense. So far, the Tigers doing what they need to do in this third quarter. Excuse me. Here's Semtefelter to inbound. O'Hara comes into the game for Sigmund. Payne trying to get the block. She was called for the foul. Anytime you try to get a block like that, it's just a risky play. You never know. If the hand lands the wrong way, it's going to be called for a foul. And that time, luck just wasn't on her side. And it's a free throw. Summerall's first is good. Second one, good as well. Pendergrass, nice dribble behind the back there. Over to Payne. Payne driving. Payne just misses the layup there. And now it's a fast break. Semtefelter looking to hit 2 points. She does. BJ now has 50.
Leah's starting to get going on offense here a little bit, being very decisive with the ball, creating some opportunities. Let's see if she can get hot here to close out the third quarter.
Pendergrass checks out of the game. Smart move there, in foul trouble. Pass is going to check back in soon. Vaughn gets the inbound in. It falls in the hands of Vaughn after a tip from McKay. All kinds of space. I don't know what kind of play she wants to make. Vaughn now kicks it out to Payne. Payne is inside the Whelan. Whelan now. Good jumper. Tigers are now in the 20s. Still up in Payne, but it goes right out of bounds. The ball will stay with BGA. So 2:29 remaining in the third quarter. Cheerleaders trying to get a little bit of a disgruntled student section to get active. Except for the front row, starting to make a little bit of noise. Tigers break out of the timeout. Summerall now will inbound. Payne going in to defend. Summerall now looking to put up two-pointer right by the hoop. Foul's called. Looks like Semtefelter was the recipient, and she will now inbound the ball. Gillespie now driving. Gillespie pulls up for a quick two-point shot. It's good. Now Payne looking to create something. Payne. Got a strip from her. Puts it back up. Doesn't get the two-point shot to fall. Defense around the back court. Foul's going to be called there on Gillespie. Gillespie doesn't seem too happy about that one. Up to Payne. Payne over to Vaughn. Vaughn now. Long two-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Hess. Or at least it looked so. It goes out of bounds. And it'll be BGA's ball. Summerall back to Semtefelter. Nice little give and go there from the Wildcats. Results in an easy bucket. Wheeling out, trying to get some points of her own. Just doesn't get the shot to fall. You know, the Tigers, they've had their mistakes today, but they've also had not the best luck when it comes to bounces going their way. There's definitely things they can improve on, and you can't chalk this loss up entirely to bad luck. Shots here and there. Just going the wrong way for them, and it's unfortunate.
BGA was incredibly hot shooting threes in the first half, and I can't count the number of times that Leah Payne had a shot that looked like it was going in and just lingered on the rim and rolled out. Stars have aligned against us tonight.
Yeah, if BGA, if just a couple of shots go different in the second quarter, maybe USN has a bit better morale, or the scoreline doesn't look so insurmountable. If a couple of those shots, specifically the one from Semtefelter, she was on fire. Gillespie was also pretty hot from the three-point line. You know, if a couple of those shots don't fall, maybe you're looking at a different second quarter. Maybe the Tigers get some more points on the board. But things just really didn't go their way today. We are still in the third quarter. Minute 3 left. Payne now down low. Two defenders on it. She gets the fourth goal.
That's an outstanding finish from Leah Payne. Really tough finish, good body control, good strong finish.
Driving. Easy layup. Playing some tough defense here. Semtefelter looking for a way around. Diving to keep the ball in bounds. She's unsuccessful. Gallimore unable to keep the possession on her team's side. Timeout called. 13.9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Dr. Fitz, clearly winning is out of the question for USN here, but in this final quarter, as we approach the last seconds of the third quarter, what do you want to see the Tigers improve on?
Well, I like the timeout here from Coach Schulz. One thing I've always wished that USN did a little bit better is close out quarters. I feel like we routinely get outscored at the end of quarters. We don't hold the ball for the last shot as often as we should. So I really want to see a good possession here. And then as always, just like closing the game like a champion, trying to get a little momentum going into the next game. Win the fourth quarter, play real hard on defense, good execution on offense, give yourself something you can build on going into Tuesday's game.
Final game of the regular season for USN, Tuesday against Providence Christian Academy. That'll be senior night for Leah Payne and for a whole lot of the boys basketball players. So make sure to tune in to USN Sports Network for that exciting game against another district opponent. Here comes Hess. Shot falls short. Whelan fighting for it down low. It's picked up by BGA. Time expires here in the third quarter. We head into the fourth with a score of 60-23. So despite the scoreline, the student section making some cheers, trying to get active in this one. And just another bad luck bounce there for Vaughn down low. Payne fighting really hard. Unsuccessful once again, despite a great effort. Hess hits the deck, but no foul is called. Here comes the three-pointer. It's no good. Rebounded by Payne. Over to Hess. Hess, long two-pointer, no good. Whelan tried to come in and get that rebound, but the outstretched arm of Gelato forced it out of bounds before Whelan could get there. Great effort there from Leah Payne, fighting through multiple BGA defenders to get that bucket to go. Another three-pointer, that one off the mark once again. The USN ball. Hess now. Out to O'Hare. O'Hare defended hard by Gelato. Three-pointer here from Whelan. Just hits too high on that backboard. Good steal on the backcourt there from Leah Payne. Looking to create something. Slowing the tempo down. Gets it stolen. Here comes Whelan to pick it up though. Over to Whelan. Whelan, quick two-pointer. It's good. Good scoring here from the Tigers. Here they are building some momentum, like you were saying, trying to get a few things to go their way as they head into a big final game of the season. That one's up, no good. You'd think if you're BGA, when you have a lead this big, you know, clearly the three-pointer is sort of their bread and butter. It's what works for them. You think you try to work on some other things in offense. This game is a foregone conclusion. They know they're going to win. If I was the coach, at least, I feel like I wouldn't be shooting three-pointers late in the game like this. I'd be trying to work on some offensive passing plays, you know, get some ball movement, work on other things than just hitting those three-pointers. Because clearly they do it well, they know they do it well, and they don't need to at this stage of the game. Summerall now. Good steal there from Sigmund. Sigmund looking to make a nice fast break play. Defended and foul by Gillespie. Sigmund has just been getting beat up tonight. She took a hard hit earlier and she was diving for a ball. She hit the ground in a violent way. Here on a fast break attempt, she's taken completely out of the play. Now she's headed to the free throw line, but she looked in some serious pain there a few moments ago. Now going to tie her shoe. Hopefully she's all right. That's something you hate to see late in a game like this. First free throw's no good. I don't know how you'll feel about this, Dr. Fitz, but I think in a game where you have a 30-plus point lead, you know, shedding miss it to the team you're beating so badly, well, that just seems classless to me.
Well, I didn't hear who did it. You know, kids do things that they would regret later on, but I 100% agree with you.
I also think that foul was a little bit questionable, but I mean, of course, you know, you have a different attitude when you're playing the game, but I think shouting from the bench to miss the free throw, that's not a good look in my eyes. But Sigmund comes back from a couple missed free throws, gets a nice two-pointer there. Missed pass there on offense for BGA. It will remain with US, or it will go into the hands of USN. Payne to inbound here to Pendergrass. Payne with speed, driving to the lane, gets a nice layup to fall. Tigers now at 31 as we have 3 minutes and about 10 seconds remaining in the game. Summerall now going to the hoop. She gets 2 points of her own. Timeout's called by BGA.
Despite that bucket, not a bad fourth quarter thus far. I like the effort that we're seeing. Good execution on offense, couple buckets. We'll love to see us finish the last 3 minutes in the same fashion.
It's good to see the team not give up. You know, clearly it would be easy to give up with a score, with a deficit this large, but the Tigers still, they have their heads and their hearts in this game, still trying their hardest to just put a good product out on the court. And so far in this fourth quarter, that's what they've done. You got to tip your caps to them. 3:04 on the clock here. USN will inbound. Payne takes the pass. It's over to an open Sigmund. Back out to Pendergrass. Vaughn now. Stolen there It will stay with USN as it goes out on Semtefelter. Tipped once again will stay with USN. Summerall went right into the first row of the USN student section. Pendergrass and Payne. Driving towards the hoop once again. Gets the shot to go, and she'll get an and one here. Now, you kind of wish USN had started just feeding the ball to Payne, letting her drive towards the hoop earlier, because so far she's gotten several points through this quarter, score it in that way. Can't capitalize on the N1 though. BGA will break it out. 2 minutes left here in the game. Some of the band members heading back to their posts right next to the student section. Good defense down low from Vaughn, fighting for that ball. It ends up in the hands of Charlotte Sigmund, and it goes over to Kat Pendergrass. Here's Pendergrass. Back to Sigmund. Sigmund now. Failed pass to Pendergrass. Good defense there from Vaughn, though. Will be USN ball. Right after Gillespie came up with the steal. Vaughn was right there to get the ball back. Vaughn goes to Pendergrass. Back over to Vaughn. Vaughn for a three-pointer, no good. Minute remaining in regulation here. Three-pointer, and it's good. BGA had gotten a little bit cold from the three-point line for a short period of time. Now they're sort of back into the rhythm of things. And she gets the flop ball. The clock will remain running as she heads to the free throw line. .8 on the clock now as they just stopped it. First one's good. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Sigmund. Sigmund now with a half minute on the clock. Payne, foul is called there. And Payne will get a 1-and-1, it looks like. Time ticks off the clock. Wonder when they're going to stop it. They stop it now with 10.5 left. So these will likely be the last two shots of the game. Maybe there'll be a little buzzer beater thrown up at the end. This one's good. Second one, no good, goes off the rim. Sigmund now. Pendergrass, USN trying to get a shot up before the time expires. Now here comes Ella McClay putting up a shot right as the buzzer sounds, and it's a 67-35 final score. Not the USN girls' night, but the Tigers have a chance to bounce back in the boys' varsity game. And we'll see you back for that in about 20 minutes.
I love the effort the girls showed tonight. Just wanted to say that they never gave up. They did win the fourth quarter. Hopefully they can build on it next time.
And stay with us here. Tune back in at 7:45 when the USN boys varsity basketball team is scheduled to take on the BGA Wildcats. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to Sperling Gymnasium. We're here for USN Boys Varsity Basketball, taking on the BGA Wildcats. Last time these two teams met, it was a 53-45 win for USN in Franklin, Tennessee. USN hoping to repeat that, do just what they did last time and a little bit more. My name is Reed Murray. Joining me here on USN Sports Network is Dr. Fitz, and it's an exciting homecoming game we're about to witness take place.
Just joining us for tonight's boys basketball game. We are pleased to welcome the BGA Wildcats to the University School of Nashville. This game is being played according to the rules of the NCAA. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Everyone is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this game at a high level of sportsmanship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet tonight's starters. First, from the visiting Wildcats, a junior, number 1, Gabriel Espinosa. Freshman, number 3, Christian Brown. A junior, number 4, Trey Williams. A junior, number 24, Cole Matthews. A junior, number 30, Andre Stevens. The head coach of BGA is Trey Meyer. And now for your USN Tigers! Number 2, Adrian Samuels. A junior, number 24, Max Elliott. A junior, number 22, Colin France. A senior, number 12, Russ Kennedy. And a senior, number 3, Josh Stratton. The head coach of the Tigers is Mike Jones. His assistant, Greg Anderson, and Will Roberts.
Crush the Cats. That's the message that was on the back of this month's issue of the Peabody Press, which all the members of the student section were holding up as the BGA lineup was announced. And in order to crush the Cats, one player is going to be a major factor, is the ball carrier right now, Josh Stratton, USN's latest 1,000-point club member. He is the star on this team. He's looking to get things going here as he finds Adrian Samuels. Samuels looking to create something. Goes out to Stratton. Heading out in the middle, over to France. France trying to put a hook 2, it's rebounded by BGA. And it's number 3, Christian Brown, who came up with that rebound. And in that Peabody Press, there was an article written by yours truly about the keys to the game for the Tigers. One of them is going to be limiting Christian Brown, the freshman, who really, you'd think he's a senior from the way he plays. He's a super talented youngster. And he made quite a few good plays against the Tigers in the last meeting. USN, like I alluded to earlier, though, still able to come away with a 53-45 win. Tigers looking to emulate some of the good things that we're seeing in their previous performance. This Gabriel Espinosa now goes over to Brown. Brown defended by Samuels. Using his height to his advantage, he gets blocked by Samuels. Foul called, though. He's headed to the free throw line.
A lot of ball on that one. I maybe got him with the body, but pretty clean block up top.
And you can see as the free throws are being taken right here, the camera is tilted towards the direction of the USN student section. You can see they really came out in full force tonight to support their Tigers in one of the biggest games of the year. Lots of school spirit here at USN. It's white tank top themed. A lot of uniformity in the student section. Also white tank tops that are pretty reminiscent of the white jerseys the Tigers are wearing. And the blue mask that a lot of the fans are wearing, probably not a planned thing, but it does match up pretty well with the Columbia blue of USN's color scheme. So nice uniformity from the fans in the USN student section. Senior Russ Petty to inbound. Goes to France. Danielson. France. Stretching steps back for a three-pointer, just off the mark. Rebounded by Stevens of BGA. Here's Gabriel Espinosa. Over Stevens. Trey Williams now. Espinosa looking for a passing option. And here's Brown. We put it out from Williams, no good. Tipped by Stretching, picked up though by Brown. Brown puts a quick shot up and fouled once again. That's a player you don't want to be sending to the free throw line. But this is the second time they've done it so far in this game. Austin Kaysen looking to check into this game, along with Adam Miller. Kaysen sporting a long sleeve undershirt, not something you see very often. You know, you see players wearing arm sleeves, but a full long sleeve shirt. Interesting look for Kaysen.
I'd say he's looking sharp there, Reed. We'll see. He always brings a little spark off the bench. Looking forward to see what he shows us on offense right here.
Yeah, Kaysen, he's a guy, you know, was a team of bringing that spark. One of the fastest players in this team, and he was actually in the news recently for making the all-state cross-country team. So you know he uses his speed and acceleration to his advantage here on the basketball court. Russ Petty now shoot the first free throws of the game for USN. First one's good.
No field goals thus far either side. Both sides working very hard on defense. We know that Coach Jones takes pride in having a physically enduring team. And we'll see if that plays to USN's advantage late in the ball game.
This is a number 1 in the district USN team going against the number 8 team in the district. So far though, BGA is making some decent plays both on offense and defense. Definitely not going to be a team that's willing to just roll over and die for USN. They're going to try their hardest to give USN a challenge here on homecoming night. Good defensive play there by Adam Miller, and Josh Skretchen takes the air ball. And this is turning into an offensive opportunity. Skretchen driving, he can get it to go. Tip almost came in off the hands of a couple BGA defenders. At last, it ended up being a BGA defensive rebound, and the game stays tied. Here's Trey Williams, looking to find a teammate, and Josh Skretchen comes away with the steal, finds Kaysen. Kaysen, pull-up two-pointer is good. First lead of the game here for the Tigers, it's 4-2. Espinosa instructing his teammates to make room for him. Thought about pulling up for threes, defended by Russ Petty though, so now he has to make a pass. It's Andre Stevens, who goes over to Espinosa. Here's Brown. Back to Stevens. Williams again. Here's Cole Matthews. That three-pointer never looked like it was going to go in. It's rebounded by France. Skretchen now slowing things down. He creates some offensive magic. He finds France. He pulls up for a long three, and it's just off the mark. Rebounded by Petty. Skretchen now open for three. Just can't get that one to go. Hope for a little reverse layup in that one. Just a little too much sauce on it, and it's unable to fall. Here comes Trey Williams driving to the paint. Cole Matthews will get a chance to shoot two free throws.
A little bit too much reaching there on defense. We're a little bit out of position. Foul prevented the field goal though. We'll see what they can do from the line.
First free throw, no good. With 3:52 left in this first quarter, it's rare that you see a quarter so low scoring. There haven't been a lot of stoppages, so the time has ticked off the clock pretty quickly. But surprising to see the district's #1 team not get out to a super fast start in terms of scoring.
Both sides working tremendously hard on defense, leaving little left in the tank on offense.
Yeah, absolutely neither team making it easy for their opponent. Adam Miller nearly was forced to give up a backcourt violation. Settles the issue. Espinosa trying to make a tremendous play. Behind the back pass, it hits the backboard and lands in the hands of his teammates, Trey Williams. Great effort there from the BGA point guard. 3 corners and Matthews to score. Errant pass there from Sketchy trying to find France, and it's an easy 2 points for Williams. One here from Kaysen. That one hits the back of the rim, no good. Braden Iverson in the game now. Gives the inbound to Espinosa. And notably off the court is Trey Williams. He's one of the star players for this BGA team. So let's see if USN can take advantage of his absence. Another great effort there from Espinosa trying to keep the ball in bounds. That time he was on the wrong end of it. It looks like he just stepped out as he tried to save that ball. Looks like there's an issue with the ball they're trying to figure out. Maybe it might be blood on the ball or something. That could be the reason that Williams exited the game. And they're going to switch the ball out. Referee testing the ball. He doesn't like it. It's for a new one. He's looking in the wrong basket. Now he goes to the boys' ball basket. Petty digs one out, hands it to the ref. Inbound goes to Scretchen. Kaysen thought about another three. This time he decides to drive. Foul called. Not sure if it's a shooting foul. Looks like it's going to be a USN inbound. Mahoney Dominic, a lights out 3-point shooter, is going to come in for junior Colin France. Okay, now inbound to Dominic. Thought about a quick pull-up 3-pointer, decided against it. Kaysen now looking to make a pass on the perimeter. Starts to dribble. Right, Sketchin. Dominic in the corner. Takes the three, starts to drive. Kicks it up to Kaysen. Over to Miller. Miller now behind the back. Over to West Petty. Over to Miller. Adam Miller recently committed to play basketball at Case Western Reserve University. Congratulations to him. And he gets the assist on an awesome Kaysen layup. Nice play in the paint there from Brown.
That's a couple consecutive possessions where Russ has ended up guarding Brown. Huge size mismatch. We'll see if the Tigers correct that on the upcoming possession.
Yeah, if you give Brown space to work with, he'll make you pay for it, and he did there. He's a talented freshman. It's going to be exciting to see what kind of player he turns into when he becomes an upperclassman.
Student section not a huge fan of that call, Reed.
Not at all. Now Brown, for his third trip to the free throw line, will get 2 shots here. First one's good. Second one's good as well. Samuels comes back into the game for Petty, potentially trying to fix that size mismatch you were talking about. Samuels is a taller player than Petty is. Oliver Sellers is going to come into the game soon for BGA. See him squatting down in front of the scorer's table. Samuels over to Casey. Lonick pass just missed out of Miller, but Stretchen goes and recovers it. Samuels now for three. No good. Tigers taking a lot of three-point attempts today. None of them have fallen their way. Now a scramble for the ball in the backcourt. BGA calls a quick timeout. Good strategic move by the coach to get that timeout before the Tigers can come in and potentially force a jump ball. So with 35.8 seconds left in this quarter, Dr. Fitz, what have you seen?
We're just a little out of sync on offense. You kind of saw it on the previous possession. Passes not really successfully reaching their target in a clean way. And then we've had some good looks. Didn't go down. Adrian had a good look on the last possession. Shot was halfway down, came back out. So just feels like kind of like in the girls' game a little bit. Bounce is not going our way just yet. But I don't feel like we're playing bad basketball. We do have to get that. We have to figure out how to get an answer for Brown when we're on defense. We can't let him catch the ball in the low post and work against much shorter defenders.
Yeah, having 8 points in the first quarter, never ideal, but giving away only 11 points, that's definitely something you can live with. That's a good number to be at on defense. So if they can keep up what they've done on defense and just find a way to limit Brown, the Tigers should be in good shape. A little bit of a mishandle there from BGA. Student section's starting to get loud.
Yeah, BGA very content to play for the last shot, looks like.
If you're BGA, a number 8 team going up against the number 1 team, you want to take advantage of that lack of shot clock. Here comes Stretchen with the steal, though. Almost got a fast break. Good steal by Miller. He goes, heaves that one across the court for a buzzer beater. It's no good. Threw that ball like it was a football. So we head into the first break of the game after that first quarter with a score of 11-8 in favor of the visitors.
I'll be very interested to see what the Tigers have drawn up coming out to start the second quarter, how they look to attack this BGA defense that has them a little bit stymied thus far early on.
Yeah, and for viewers who have seen games like the 86-30 win against Middle Tennessee Christian, and games like that, this may be worrying, but I have a feeling USN's going to start to get into the rhythm of things, because last time these two teams faced off, it was a close game for the majority of the time, and USN was eventually able to pull away. And we've seen it, the first couple games USN had against some of the lower teams in the district, they had big blowout wins. Now teams are starting to adjust to USN, and they're just getting better in general, whether it's against USN or any other opponent. So it's not time quite yet to be sounding off any alarms. USN's been having some positive play, and we'll have to see how the game develops.
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, a lot of times USN will try to just wear the other team down with fast break transition play. We'll see if they try to do that here as well.
Yeah, the Tigers have some of the best depth in the district. For a team that's number 1, there are a lot of guys on the Tigers bench that could start for other teams in their district. I can think of a few guys who rarely see time for USN who would be starting if they go to BGA. So, the Tigers have the depth and they have the stamina to wear their opponents down, especially BGA. BGA appears to have a shorter bench than the Tigers. And they just have so many guys, USN, where they can just plug them in and they can make a difference. I mean, Sam Gold specifically, he's gotten few minutes in the last few games, but he is a really talented senior who can always make an impact. There's all kinds of guys like that on the Tiger bench. So if things aren't going their way, there's plenty of substitutions, plenty of tactical changes Coach Jones can make. Good pass there from Petty, and Samuels goes up for a dunk. It rattled around the rim for a little bit. Didn't quite have the slam effect he might have been going for, but 2 points are 2 points. gets him to go. Thought about a few pointers. Trouble call there with the USN's ball. France driving to the lane. Great effort to try to get to the hoop, but it just doesn't fall his way. That's just like the bad luck we saw in the girls' game. Terrific play, muscles past 3 BJ defenders. It was just a little bit too much on that ball that he tried to put through the hoop. Good defensive play there by France, though. Now Samuels picks it up the court.
Colin France does everything right. He's just struggling to get the ball in the basket right now. He's a little bit in his own head.
Good 2 points there from Petty. He had a couple guys closing in on him. He got the shot up, got it to fall. Tigers now back in the lead. 3-pointer here from Espinoza. Fell to the ground. Looked like he was trying to draw a foul. Referee wasn't having it. And here comes Samuels to drive once again. And he is amped up after the foul is called. He is ready to go to the free throw line and turn this into a 3-point play.
You see where Adrian's length is to his advantage. He did such a great job stretching the ball out with the left hand, keeping it away from the defender. That was a very difficult finish. He made it look very easy.
And that's a great way to sort of help your self-confidence, give your team some momentum, is score when you're fouled like that. That's a really great way to sort of assert the kind of ball you're going to be playing on them, to show, even if you foul me, I'm going to find a way to score. Huge momentum builder, and timeout is called that could potentially quell a little bit of that momentum, but Samuels will be headed to the line soon to try to put his team up by 5, or by 4, I'm sorry.
You might wonder if this game is going to play out sort of the reverse of the girls' game, where the one team hung around, through the first quarter, and then you have a big run in the second quarter where one team pulls away. USN scored the first several points here, 6 points in the second quarter, and looking to make it one more here and hopefully extend that into a big run, not just the 7 points.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind USN going on a, 30-2 or 30-4, whatever run it was for BGA in that girls' game. I think it's possible. I wouldn't bet on it getting that big of a deficit, but USN's a talented team. They can always get out ahead in a heartbeat.
The defense has been outstanding the second quarter, led by Colin France. He's got 2 blocks. He's very difficult for anybody who he's guarding.
And there he goes. He tries to fight for that rebound. He had 2 defenders on him, so he was unable to come up with it. And here's Trey Williams, playing point guard here for BGA. Iverson kicks out to a wide open Williams. He can't convert it though. Kaysen gets that rebound. Looks to Samuels. Samuels tried a little Euro step, kicks it back out to Kaysen. Kaysen got it open for 3. Knocks it down! Mahoney Donnet. So clean with it. Good skill there from Samuels. France looking to take it on his own. Doesn't get the floater to go. It's rebounded by Iverson. Samuels probably wanted to score that one, but the timing just wasn't right for the pass to get off to him. Iverson now in the paint. Shots up, no good. Brown fought for that rebound.
That's an outstanding job by Austin Kaysen. He had the much bigger Christian Brown right behind him. He boxed him out completely clean. Got the rebound, drew the foul. Outstanding.
And just before that, an outstanding play. Great awareness by him on offense. He had a semi-open shot. He found an even more open Mahoney Donnet, and he capitalized from that opportunity. Cleo Anderson now comes into the game for Colin France. Try to change things up for the Tigers. Mahoney Donnet for 3 once again. No good this time. Rebounded by Espinoza. Williams driving, got 2 men on him. I think he might have stepped out of bounds there. He did. It's a foul call, rather. My apologies. So
Yeah, Mahoney bodied him a little bit.
Inbound to Iverson, defended by Anderson. He just can't get that shot to fall. Right next to the hoop, couldn't get it to go. Over to Scretchen. Petty now with an open lane to the hoop. Tried to draw a foul there. Gets the 2 points to go clean. Finish there from the senior. USN starting to build a little bit of a run here. High pass, Brown jumps and comes up with it. He turned to his right and he just found a wall of Adrian Samuel standing in his way. Anderson thought about the three, give it to Petty, takes the three after Petty, tossed it right back to him. Can't get it to fall. Might have been a miscommunication there between Anderson and Petty, but the ball will remain in the Tigers' hands, so they'll get another chance to go at it. Open Khalil Anderson here, and he puts it away. Great play drawn up there. Now Iverson needs to do something here for BGA. Min gives it over to Matthews. Matthews for three, no good. Min tried to dive for that one and keep it in his team's hands, but it just went out of bounds. From his outstretched arm, it'll be a USN inbound.
Tigers defense has remained as strong as it was in the first quarter. I can't say the same for the Wildcats.
You know, earlier in the first quarter, Tigers were trying to pass it around the arc a little bit, and they weren't finding much success. Now, doing a much better job of driving in, just using their physicality to their advantage. And here comes Max Elliott. Here's a guy who's going to use his physicality to his advantage. Clearly the biggest player on the court. He can provide a real size advantage and sort of stop those mismatches that you see down low with Brown. Brown is out of the game now, but you know, Matthews, one of the bigger players in BGA. Elliott can try to eliminate the effect that he brings in the paint. Here's Stevens, goes back to Williams. Iverson now. Here's to Matthews. Matthews in front of the baseline. Here's Min. Min pulled up for a long two. It's no good. Just fouled out. Looked like the ball wanted to go in. Just didn't fall though. Donick now pulls up for three. Donick just missed it. Great rebound there. Great keeping balance from Wes Petty. And it's just too easy for Max Elliott. You just can't stop a guy like that.
That's just one team out hustling another team. They could have easily had that rebound. They let Russ go get it. Saved the possession for USN.
Great hustle there from Russ Petty. And you just see, like I'm saying, that size advantage. Max Elliott, he's just so hard to defend if you don't have somebody of his height. Good tip there from Anderson. Scretchen picks up on it. Looks to create a play. Drives in. Gets it to the go. And he'll get the and-one opportunity. Chance to make it a three-point play here. Adam Miller going to come into the game.
Tigers have racked him up and knocked him all down here in the second quarter. 17 in a row, looking to make it 18.
Like you were saying, you totally called it, Dr. Fitz. Just like we saw in that girls game when the BGA girls team went off to a big run of points. Here comes the USN boys team, 17 in a row. That's unbelievable. And that's just what number one teams in the district do. You have to find a way to give yourself big advantages. That's what they're doing so far.
And like we talked about in the girls game, they've really done a tremendous job using the defense to set up the offense.
Absolutely. USN giving BGA no space to work with, not make it easy on the Wildcats at all. Matthews. Comes Espinosa, pulls up for a three, no good. Trying to get the rebound. And so far, rebounding has been, what a terrific play by Scretchen. Timeout on BGA. USN crowd really getting into it now.
This is the most outstanding basketball I've seen Khalil Anderson play. He's been tremendous on defense. He forced a turnover a couple of possessions ago. He's passed the ball very well as well. As you pointed out very well earlier, Tigers getting contributions all the way down the bench.
Yeah, Anderson creating all kinds of opportunities for his teammates. Getting rebounds, getting steals, creating passes to help make scoring opportunities for USN. Great work from the junior.
If I was in the Tiger huddle right now, I would be calling for pitching a shutout in the second quarter. They haven't allowed a point yet. Let's see if they can make it all the way for the last minute 51 here.
And Dr. Fitz, knowing the commentator's curse and how many times we've invoked it, I have a feeling BJ is going to score right here after you said that, but a quarter shutout is definitely possible. All they got to do is just do what they've been doing for 2 more minutes. But like I was saying, a failure to rebound the ball has really been the death of BGA, especially on offense. They get one shot up. USN just looks like they fight harder for it. The Tigers often come down with those rebounds. Here's Brown looking at Stevens. Stevens in the low post. There it is, Dr. Fitz.
My apologies to everyone.
Should have just kept it to yourself, but still a 27-13 lead is something to be happy with if you're USN. Here's Anderson. Heading now goes to Scretchen. Minute left on the clock. That one's stolen by Brown. It's a 3-on-1 here for BGA. Williams defended by Scretchen. And they nearly were not able to capitalize. They get 2 points and a chance to make it 3. BGA made that a lot harder on themselves than they had to, honestly.
Yeah, Josh did a nice job trying to muddy up the works there on the 3-on-1. He did a good job, but unfortunately they got a chance for an and 1 here.
Free throw's good. Miller for a wide open 3. Can't get it to fall. It's rebounded by Matthews. Matthews now for 3. And he knocks that one down. So here come the Wildcats. Right as you were talking about pitching a shutout, Wildcats are back in it. Only down by 8 points.
Just like we were talking about before, we really need to close this quarter out well. We don't want them going into the locker room with the momentum they have right at this moment.
Richard caught him on a 3. So far, Donick got that nice 3-pointer, but so far the Tigers have kind of been struggling from the 3-point line. If I'm Coach Jones, I'm telling them, especially with 18 seconds left here, close the half out with a good 2-pointer. Here comes Adam, looking to do just that. Misses. Brown gets the rebound. BJ can really get back into it now with under 10 seconds left in the half. Almost a steal there for USN. Brown now gets a shot with 3 seconds left. No good. Elliott really get the buzzer beater. He decides not to take it. So we head into the half after USN trailed at the end of the first quarter. We head into the half with a 27-19 USN lead. Dr. Fitz, what do the Tigers need to do to keep this up?
Well, they gave up the last 8 points there the first half, as we all saw. Hopefully that gets their attention. They really need to come out hard in the third quarter, try to put this team away quickly.
See you guys at the beginning of the second half. Seconds ticking off the halftime clock. We're back here in Sterling Gymnasium. USN Tigers basketball action. Playing there from the USN Pep Band, helping get the student section involved, making some noise for their team. And Adrian Samuels went out inbound to Josh Gretchen. Gretchen tipped by Williams. It'll stay with USN though. He just went out of bounds. Williams got a hand on it. Josh Gretchen. Looks to Adrian Samuels. As a France pulls up for a three, knocks it down.
That's just what he needed. Love to see it for Colin.
Yeah, we were talking about things that weren't going his way. That one certainly went his way, and that's going to be a huge confidence boost, you've got to imagine, for the junior.
Yeah, and if it was Coach Jones' plan for him to take the first shot and try to get himself that confidence, excellent decision.
Foul there, Samuels goes for the layup. 2 free throws here for number 2. My apologies, it'll be an inbound. Looked like that one was a shooting foul. And he will be shooting too. My apologies once again. First free throw good. Second one no good. Elliott tried to get a hand on it. He did get a hand on it, but he was not unable to come down with the rebound, so it'll be BGA's ball. BGA's coach not happy. Getting heckled by the USN student section here. He's got 2 guys on him. BJ now with an advantage in numbers. Here comes a long air ball. Espinoza. 3-pointer from Matthews. No good. Just rattled out. Looked at that ball. Wanted to go in. Just hopped out. Here comes Petty. Let's say Matthews has some of the most interesting shooting mechanics. He really releases that ball in an abnormal way. I mean, it's worked so far from the night. He's got 2 3-pointers in this game, but he definitely shoots that ball in an interesting way. Here comes Brown for 3. Missed that one, and Josh Gretchen comes down with the rebound. Foul for by Trey Williams. Foul will be called though.
He got fouled 5 times by number 4, by Williams. Official decided to call it on the last one. He'd had enough.
And Williams tried to plead his innocence there. Referee wasn't buying it at all. You can tell from the look in Williams' eyes, he is ready for the challenge. He knows it's going to be a challenge facing Gretchen. He is completely ready for it. You can tell he really backs himself and has a lot of confidence. So he is trying to agitate Gretchen after he gets the traveling call. Brown defended by Elliott. Here comes Matthews. On the baseline. Stevens now. For Williams. Trey Williams over to Stevens. Matthews for 3. No good. Rebounded by Samuels. Mishandled that one. For the USN ball though is Williams. Got his fingertips on that one right before it went out of bounds.
Third quarter kind of starting like the first one. Not a lot of field goals early on. Really tough defense, as you point out, both ends.
Here comes Samuels driving to the lane. Layup is good. BGA BGA called a timeout right there.
Their coach is irate. You can see him.
Yet again, the minutes have ticked away on this clock pretty quickly. It doesn't feel like about 2.5 minutes have been played, but that is the amount of play that's happened here. Dr. Fitz, what does USN need to do to keep BGA from coming back into this game like they did near the end of that second quarter?
It all stems from defense and effort. You know, we came out with a great effort here to start the second half. BGA's taken some shots that their coach isn't happy that they've taken. Some long threes, not good shots. USN's did a good job controlling the rebounds and converting them into points on the other end. Pretty simple. Basketball's a pretty simple game, Reed. And USN is playing it the right way here to start the third quarter. Just keep that up.
USN bench making a little bit of noise. Off third, this in the game for the first time, trying to force the issue there with Williams. Pass goes out to Espinosa. A little bit wide as he caught up with it. You know, we were talking before the game about how Brown was going to be the biggest impact player for BGA, and so far he's done a good job, but Trey Williams has really been the #1 man for the Wildcats so far in this game. He's used his speed and shooting ability to his advantage, played some good scrappy defense. The guy, you can tell he puts in a lot of effort for his team. Here's Williams again. Espinosa, he's put in some pretty good effort too, you know, some loose balls that he's kept in bounds. There goes Stevens right for the basket. He saw the open lane and took it. You just can't give him space like that. They left him a whole lot of room to work with.
Tigers didn't rotate out of the double team against Brown very well. They got a little confused.
Almost a terrific three-pointer there from Samuels. Couldn't fall though. Espinosa can't get the floater to go. Here comes Russ Petty. Petty out to Samuels. Samuels driving. Spinning, just nearly gets that shot to fall as he was fouled. He'll get a chance at the free throw line though.
Adrian's done a nice job all night long attacking the basket. He's really a dangerous player when he combines his three-point shooting skills with his ability to get to the basket. And I always think that I would like to see him try to get to the basket more. I like what he's doing tonight.
Yeah, he's shown he's not afraid of a little physical contact. He's really just doing whatever he wants, forcing BGA to stop him. And so far, they've had a hard time doing so. First free throw is good. Second one will go as well. Here's Adrian down low. Doesn't get that one to fall. Just a bad bounce for the senior. BGA not happy with that call at all. They think it's their ball. Referees disagree. Inbound goes to Miller. Samuels over to Scretchen. Scretchen pulls up for three. Just misses it. Stevens now, defended by Petty. Matthews thought he had some space for that three-pointer, decides to go into Stevens instead. Stevens completely misses the hoop on that one. Stepped out of bounds. And Brown will turn the ball over to USN.
BGA sent a couple guys to try to back Josh Scretchen down, and Josh has defended really beautifully in a tough situation.
Chris Petty now thought about a three-pointer, going to drive instead. Kicks it out to Buck Burgess. Looks like that'll be a charge on Petty. Petty with that sort of smile that indicates he thinks the call is ridiculous, but It goes BGA's way regardless. Samuels now gets that steal, goes up to Samuel, or to Scretchen, my apologies. Pass is just off the mark. Can't capitalize. Sanosa, almost an acrobatic play. Now he comes in the defense and gets a foul. Payson now will come into the game. Looks like he's going to take Samuel's place. Cole France will also come in and get his fellow junior, Brock Burgess. And no, he'll get Russ Petty, my apologies. Miller now from the free throw line. Can't get it to go. France just jumped a little bit too early, tried to get a tip in. But he's falling to the ground right as the ball went where his hands were. Brown draws the foul, and he'll be heading to the free throw line now.
Going for a steal there on the perimeter was a little ambitious, and that set up the whole drive. Put Collin in a tough position on the help defense, led to the foul.
Second free throw good as well. Successful trip to the free throw line here for USN, and Josh Scretchen just takes that cakewalk of a layup. The defense really gave him all kinds of space to work with and go straight to the hoop. He took advantage of it. Goes to Stevens. Over to Brown. Brown in the high post. Steps back, fadeaway shot. Airballed it. Scretchen.
That's a really nice contest from Adam Miller against the very difficult Brown. Good defense.
Yeah, way to force a difficult shot that ended up being an air ball. USN unable to get the rebound on it, but way to force the issue there by Adam Miller. Williams Burgess gets the steal. We're going to end up in USN's hands. He knocked it out of Williams' hands. It will be an inbound for the Wildcats here. Goes over the top to Brown. Brown with the quick shot. No good. And here comes Casey. Burgess over to France. France now ran into two defenders. Call there is on BGA. BGA's head coach not happy, thinking he should be a charge on France. Foul call there on Braden Iverson. Lucky Fitz, what do you think there? Charge or defensive foul?
It looked like, I can't say I'm certain, but it looked like 12 stepped into position late. I thought it was a good call.
France to shoot two free throws, and BGA head coach once again irate. First free throw no good. Second free throw is good, and the USN student section once again giving some trouble to the BGA head coach. Not going to make the BGA bench any happier. About a minute and a half remaining in this quarter. Miller pulls up for three. Just misses. Burgess on the rebound. That's kind of suspect travel there.
I saw 0 steps. I can't say I saw 3 or 1 or 2 even. I saw none.
I saw him come up with the rebound, plant his foot as he was falling down. The referee who called the travel was kind of at a difficult angle to see. Maybe it looked like he traveled from there, but he didn't exactly have the best view of the play. Definitely a questionable call on that one, but we're not here to do the officiating, so it will be BGA's ball. Stevens, there's 2 guys on him. Foul call there, looks like it's going to be on Scretchen. USN's been doing a good job this half of keeping themselves from committing fouls, only 3 so far in the half, compared to BJ's 5. Stevens tried to throw it off of Miller to make it out of bounds to USN. Didn't quite work out like that, but BJ still gets the ball. Iverson, but from close to divergence. Here's Brown with Miller on it. Put up a kind of desperation shot. Didn't get it to fall. Here comes Stevens, and he gets that one to go. You can't fault him too much for this because he's a freshman. But Brown, his edge in this game has been a lot more blunt than it was the last time this season. It was much more of a factor on January 15th when the 2 teams squared off against one another. Scretchen looking to make some dribble moves. Still there on a not super well advised pass. Ball called here on BJ. It was a good job by Trey Williams to fight for the ball. Ended up giving it up though. He doesn't seem happy at all.
Brock has done a great job. I didn't like what we did there. We should have tried to hold for the last shot with 12 seconds. Instead we forced a pass into the lane that wasn't there. We were lucky to get it back. Now we got to play for the last shot. Don't give them a chance to get any more points here.
Team captain Holt Adams comes out of the game for BGA. Buck Burgess inbounds it now to Khalil Anderson. 5 seconds left. Goes to the star man Josh Scretchen, who will probably take the last shot he does. And it's good! 3-pointer! Josh Scretchen, ice cold. 41-25.
That is a spectacular shot. Very high degree of difficulty. Falling away. Looks like they're going to correct it now to a 2-point shot.
Either way, terrific way to end the half. 22-point lead here for the Tigers. 15-point lead. I don't know what I saw there, but going into the 4th quarter, USN now, they have to confront one of their biggest issues, which is closing out games. There have been in the past times where USN has had trouble finishing games where they've been the dominant team throughout. So we're going to see how USN closes this game with a big lead against an inferior opponent.
It'd be easy to have this lead balloon up to 20. That's going to end the game, or could just as quickly come down to 10. You know, and that would really get the Tigers nervous and get the Wildcats a little bit excited. So you want to make sure you take the life out of them right here with a quick start to the 4th quarter. Put this game on ice.
You know, a lot can happen in 8 minutes. The deficit for Webb against USN was bigger than 15 points heading into the final quarter, and Webb nearly came away with the win early in January. So BGA definitely has a chance here to knock things up and get back into the game, and it's probably going to take some strong play from Brown and Williams. I think Cole Matthews is going to have to hit a 3-pointer or 2. There's Espinosa doing a great job on defense and passing. He hasn't really done too much going on the score sheet. Let's see if he can change that in the 4th quarter. Here's Brown. To Iverson with Donick on him, and it's the contested 2 to go. And 2 defenders right next to him, down low in the paint, came away with a nice put away. Francois is going to be called for a charge. He just ran right into Brown. And Christian Brown draws the foul. Not sure what the student section was chanting there. Here's Iverson. USN gets the ball here, stretching the inbound, and Petty comes into the game for France. Anderson over to Stretch. Stretch with two defenders. Plays right by him. Anderson open down low by the bucket. Mahoney Donick knocks it down. Great ball movement to open it up for Donick, and he took advantage. Stretch now trying to take advantage of a missed handle there from Espinosa, but he got to it just in time to keep it in his team's possession. Good fake there. Fake Samuels out. And a steal there from Scretchen. Scretchen over the chance. Oh, he tried to throw down a dunk. Just came out of his hands. Samuels gets the putback though. And the 2 points that were missed in the dunk are scored by Samuels. So USN and BGA both kind of in the same position they were in a few minutes ago at the beginning of this quarter.
Yeah, I was a little nervous with the way BGA started the quarter out like they were going to make a run, but USN settled things down really quickly, scored the next 5. Nicely done.
Yeah, heading into, this is the second to last game of the year. Last game of the year is on Tuesday before we head into the playoffs. Now is the time when you really want to solve the issues that you've had with things like closing out games. So far the Tigers doing a good job of keeping themselves from letting this game go. So if they can set a good precedent here of closing games well, that can help them make a run in the district playoffs, potentially making the region, and after that they can go to state, which is that's been their big goal, to win state this year. Now is the time to start focusing on the simple things like closing out games against teams like BGA.
And just like we were talking about in the girls' game, now the girls' game was completely decided, and I would not describe this game as completely decided. But once it becomes so, then you sort of work on what you need to work on, focus on your execution, try to give yourself the confidence you're looking for going forward.
Yeah, right there on that Donick three-pointer we saw right before the Samuels putback, there was some great ball movement to free up some space for the three-point shooter. I want to see some more plays like that, especially if USN increases its lead in the next few minutes. I want to see some nice ball movement, create some open space, expose some holes in the BGA defense. Another three from Donick. That kid is on fire. Third three ball of the night for the sophomore.
The people love the three-point shot, Reed. Every time Mahoney lets one go, there's a lot of enthusiasm over there in the student section.
Yeah, nothing to light the student section up like a dunk or a three-pointer. Burgess is back in the game, and Christian Brown passed that one. He must have thought he had a teammate in the corner. Maybe he saw one of his teammates on the bench and thought he was a player on the court, but the pass just went to nobody, and it's USN ball. 5:30 left in the game. Petty over to Burgess. Donick now thought about a three, faked it, driving towards the hoop. Just can't get that two-pointer to go. It looked like it was going to fall.
That's a little new added wrinkle in Mahoney's game that I haven't seen before. Him put up a little ball fake, put it on the floor, pull up bank shot. If he can develop that, that's going to make him all the more dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. You can create two-point short-range scoring opportunities for yourself if you're able to knock that three ball down. Once he establishes himself as a serious threat from beyond the arc, which he's done tonight, he's going to force defenders to come to him, and he can take advantage of that, exploit them, and get closer, make easier shots for himself. Here he's at the free throw line, some of the easiest shots in the game. Second free throw is good. Espinosa now driving, taking it on his own, can't get himself to go. Here comes Samuels. With a good bit of speed here in this fast break. Terrific individual effort there from the guard. He just decided to go coast to coast, butter toast, all on his own. Sellers now got Donick to bite. Now he finds an open Iverson. Iverson for three. Just like Allen Iverson might, he knocks that one down. Samuels now. Evan Petty. Burgess now. Thought about taking the open three. Let's make another play instead. Samuels for three. Knocks it down. Beautiful shot. You know, just like the BGA girls team who was hitting those three-pointers with such efficiency, it's so hard to get back into a game when your opponent can hit a three ball and make good plays driving towards the hoop. It's just so deflating, you know, when you think you're playing good defense, you're getting good points in transition, then all of a sudden they just knock several three-pointers down. It's gotta hurt. Another three-pointer from Samuels. That one's no good.
Russ didn't like the foul call that went against him earlier, but he didn't have too much to say about that one. That was a pretty clear foul against him.
Student section going crazy as Chris Labinas is about to get some minutes. Harry Fitzgibbon also checked into the game. Labinas, a senior, doesn't get a lot of playing time. But I'll tell you, when he's out on the court, he does put a terrific effort in. He's a good rebounder, good hustle player. Good 2 points there from Sellers for BGA. Sam Gold also coming into the game here. Two seniors going to get a little bit of playing time before their senior night. Anderson puts up a shot, rebounded by Fitzgibbon. Can't get that one to go.
Official didn't seem too sure what to call there. Eventually decided on calling a foul against USN. And that's going to give an opportunity for Chris Labinas and Sam Gold to check in.
Student crowd love it. You love to see that. You know, the fans giving such an eruption of cheers. You see those two guys get in the game. And USN's ball here, the bucket won't count. It's out to Miller. Miller, he just makes it easy for himself. He just shows that he's not going to be stopped. He doesn't let the BJ defender stop him, and he gets a nice quick 2 points. Ooh. There's a nice quick 2 points there from Sellers. Miller once again, that time he misses. Labinas gets the rebound, can't put the shot up. He puts the shot, can't get it to go. Miller now. That time he gets the putback to fall. I'm loving the physicality Miller's bringing to this team. He just sort of comes into the, drives toward the lane like an absolute freight train, and BGA can do nothing about it. Braden Gamble coming in for BGA, getting his first minutes of the night. Iverson, after a good half, checks out. Minute 41 left, Burgess on the inbound. Foul called, Burgess to the free throw line. gold. What a terrific step back jumper from Adam Miller. Skill personified right there on the two-pointer. There it is now. Good defensive effort. And you know, this isn't to say that the starters don't have good effort, but you love the hustle that these bench players are bringing to the team. Bringing a lot of good energy, showing some good fight. Certainly fighting for some more playing minutes, but overall just bringing great energy to the team. Same goal for 2 free throws now. Was good.
Love to see the senior getting the scorebook.
Absolutely.
Now we gotta get one for Chris here. Look for Chris.
Still there from Holt Adams. A great defensive play by goal. Ball will stay at BGA. Adams thought he had a clear lane to the hoop. Gold thought otherwise. Three-pointer here, no good. Let's give him fighting for the rebound. 18.7 seconds left, and we have Gamble headed to the free throw line. As we look at the scoreboard here, 64-36. You can see one of the things that the players cited after a couple of disappointing results, a 3-point win against Middle Tennessee Christian, a loss to Grace Christian. They were talking about how they came into the game with a little bit of overconfidence, and they were saying they needed to sort of keep their heads level, not get too overconfident themselves. So far, I think that's what happened today against BGA. They started out slowly, but they put their heads down, they got to work, put a good product out on the court, and they weren't playing like a team who thought they were going to have an easy win. They were fighting hard for it today. They absolutely earned this. Chris Lavinas gets his 2 points. Right as the buzzer sounds, and the crowd goes wild for the senior. That's going to wrap it up here for homecoming night here at USN. 66-37, Tigers win, and USN remains at #1 in District 3.
Well, Chris got his bucket. Good for him.
Yeah, you can see the crowd loved that one just as much as Chris did.
I don't know about just as much. Chris, I think, liked it the most, but they also liked it very much.
Regardless, definitely everyone in the gym happy to see it happen. Now, it looks like we might see them, the cheerleaders and the players, potentially sing the alma mater. I'm not sure as they grab hands here, but I want to thank you all for tuning in here to USN Sports Network on the USN Broadcasting YouTube channel. We really appreciate all of your support here, watching some USN Tigers basketball. We'll see you on Tuesday for USN Basketball Senior Night. For Dr. Fitz, my name is Reed Murray. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time.